My diagnosis was interesting because we started out at my OB and then did the typical, semen analysis and dye test and whatnot. And then my doctor said pretty much the same thing, like, you need to see the specialist, and it's just go ahead and go there. And I felt like I was a few months behind you, and you were more so like, just go. Like, if there's any questions, just go to the specialist and like, don't lose time. So we got started with a specialist, and we were in the same clinic, but I had a different doctor, and he was a little more aggressive in being like, we're just going to do exploratory surgery right out the gate because you've been married and trying for a while. I had not been on any type of birth control other than like maybe the first 2 or 3 months we were married. So he was like,
well, and at that point you've been married how many years?
Yeah, 4 years, 5 years. So
long enough that he was...
4 years, 3 years probably. And so he was like, yeah, it's not like, let's just go ahead and do a surgery. And so some people, which I think is kind of different now, I don't think they're jumping to a laparoscopy right away for doing the exploratory surgeries, but for us, that was something that they were pushing, and I was actually thankful for. Had surgery, and he found stage 4 endometriosis, so which was kind of what he was expecting to find based on a lot of my other symptoms and other just struggles that I was having. And it was pretty intense as far as like my ovaries weren't where they were supposed to be. They were like attached to one another, covered in endometriosis. And so nothing was functioning as it should. So he cleaned all of that out. And then he was going to give us 3 months of IUI trying either on our own or of IUI after the surgery. So we ended up doing 7 months of IUI. Again, similar to you, asking to have your tubes cleaned out. Against his wishes. We were really struggling, and my husband and I weren't in agreement with IVF. And so we just went ahead and just continued trying IUI. So we did 6 rounds of IUI. We had started 1 round with medication, and then it failed because I didn't produce any follicles that round. So, which probably put us through a little bit more trauma because we just, that hope of like it maybe working, it was a lot of cycles. But
well, and you're most likely, when you have that surgery and have endometriosis cleaned out, like it's going to come back.
Yes, it's going to grow back.
Immediate months after the surgery is when you're most likely to have success.
Yes. So finally, probably after like 3 months of IUI, our doctor was like, I think you guys need to pursue IVF if you really want to do this. And so I just had to get there. I was the one, my husband was there before I was. So once I got there, then that's the route that we pursued. So with endometriosis being my diagnosis, as Hillary mentioned, it does grow back. So I have also battled that since that initial surgery in 2015. It has grown back and has caused some issues since then.